Morangs. Welcome back. Today we are going to explore cybersecurity trends 2023 all the way to 2024. So stay tuned because you really do not want to miss this. After all, being left behind in cybersecurity can be very, very detrimental. The first cybersecurity trend is, of course, it's artificial intelligence, especially since ChatGPT came out in December, has been the trending topic in technology, but also in cybersecurity. There are very many tools that have come up that are doing things with artificial intelligence, amazing things. So why can we expect artificial intelligence to keep making inroads into cybersecurity? Well, one of the things AI brings to the table that is very attractive is it can detect and prevent cyber attacks in real time. But it's not just for defenders, it's also for threat actors and hackers. Artificial intelligence has allowed for threat actors to be able to make very advanced and complex attacks. So being left behind without adopting AI in cybersecurity leaves you at a massive disadvantage. Artificial intelligence, I'm going to call it AI now, allows for the analysis of vast amounts of data and in real time. It will allow to detect and prevent cyber attack in real time, but also for red teamers and threat actors, it is going to allow them to be able to make much more complex and advanced attacks. Which means every party here is racing to incorporate artificial intelligence into their methodology. Don't also forget that AI will also allow for automated exploit development, much more advanced and complex multi-chain attacks, a polymorphic attack surface, which means the AI can be able to change its attack and its approach to a target, but also blue teamers who have adopted AI allow themselves to stand a chance against such attacks because AI is going to allow for an automated mutating defense, which means the AI can allow your defense system to be able to warp, fill in the gaps that people are being exploited automatically rather than doing it manually. AI in cybersecurity is actually already in use and has been in use for about a year or so. Some of the tools you may know are Bugproof. I use Bugproof personally to scan APKs for vulnerabilities and misconfigurations in APKs. Bugproof is free, but it also has a paid tier. And you can start using it. You can start audit security on applications that you're using, for example. Maybe the Safaricom app. You can use my Safaricom app. If you can get the APK, you can throw it in Bugproof. Bugproof is going to scan it and then it's going to email you results later of what it has found. Another one is Sneak, which I use a lot because I'm on GitHub. Sneak allows you to scan a repository for vulnerabilities, and it's a very effective tool and has a very nice UI, very nice report. You can literally scan your entire GitHub profile and all the repositories in it. It will automatically find all the vulnerabilities, but not just that, but it will attempt to patch and fix the vulnerability, and it will open a PR to that repository so that you can incorporate the security inside it. It's a very good tool. You should check it out. It's called Sneak. It's even vetted by the legendary John Hammond. An enterprise solution could be CrowdStrike Falcon, which is a service that is being offered by CrowdStrike, which uses artificial intelligence and is proactively and in real time protecting your business and your enterprise. But there's also an alternative to CrowdStrike Falcon by Trend Micro. The second cybersecurity trend is blockchain and Web3. Now I know, we've been talking about blockchain and Web3 since 2016. Hear me out. You see, blockchain technology is going to decentralize how data is stored. Instead of it being stored in massive centralized servers, they'll be decentralized instead, which is going to limit the amount of breaches that actually happen. Industries that deal with sensitive information have really adopted blockchain. For example, finance. That's why you have crypto, Bitcoin, and Ethereum and whatnot. Healthcare data is very sensitive and it's stored in the blockchain to avoid identity theft. It's also used to secure some government data. Now, this is not mainstream yet. However, we have seen some governmental processes take advantage of blockchain technology. The best example is the elections in Kenya last year and elections in Philippines. The technology, not entirely, but it had some blockchain elements to it because they're dealing with very sensitive data and they wouldn't want anyone to intercept such data. So we can see this as a coming trend that we are actually moving away from Web 2, especially when it comes to sensitive data, going into Web 3, which is blockchain. It's also in gaming as well. There are some games that are taking advantage of blockchain technology, MMOs, which is massively multiplayer online games. It's scalable, it's less storage, and so you can look forward to it. Number 3, moving forward in 2023, and subscribe. is going to be IoT solutions and security. Now, there are more devices that are being connected to the internet daily. They are in the millions. Some of these are not very, very well configured security-wise. This is dangerous because IoTs are subject to being hijacked to create botnet. They are being used as botnet armies to conduct massive, massive DDoS, distributed denial of services against targets. They also are not very good at securing your data. Sometimes you can just simply go to Shodan and check cameras, and you're going to see cameras that are open and you can see them. Even though they have access controls and stuff, they're not very well configured. You see, they're facing the internet. First of all, the Internet of Things is everything that is connected on the internet, which means your smartphone, your TVs, your smart fridges, your cars, your industrial machines, the dams, the Seven Forks dams, Masinga, and whatever. Those systems are actually, if connected to the internet, they are Internet of Things. It's everything that is connected on the internet. So we're talking CCTV, servers, cloud, all those things. This presents a huge security problem, as we can see with what happened in 2022. Is it 2022 or 2021? With the UFI cameras solution, and it turns out that they were storing and leaking their users. Imagine Siri or Cortana decided to start leaking the things, the conversations you have in your house. This is actually a big deal, and in 2023 you can see that some people are actually taking this seriously. Companies that make these IoTs are actually genuinely doing it seriously. Even right now, if you buy some of the modern baby monitors, you might be surprised at just how much security there is in it. But some of them are also very, very garbage. They are being made to be produced to just make money out there. They don't really care about people's data. So be careful about that and be on the lookout for that. The fourth cybersecurity trend, and subscribe, is biometric authentication. Now, this is straightforward. We've seen Google employ it. We've seen smartphones, modern smartphones are coming out with biometric. You can use your fingerprint, you can use your face. It requires you to use a physical aspect to log in. Biometric authentication can also be used to support and to back 2FA. So when you log into your Google account, perhaps you have to confirm that with your face or your fingerprint or whatever. This is a big deal because you're moving away from passwords now, which means password attacks will no longer be viable. Dictionary attack will no longer be viable. Brute forcing and pin attacks, these things will be reduced drastically as cybersecurity and the world adopts biometric authentication. Now, you're not afraid when someone steals the key of your car because they're going to need your face to start the car and actually go anywhere. And this is actually quite exciting because script kiddies are heavily disadvantaged now because they can't just throw 1 million passwords trying to access you because you're not using passwords anymore. You can also see biometric authentication being used already. There are a lot of buildings, especially in Nairobi CBD, bank, hospitals. It is being used to secure very, very sensitive places, military, finance, being used actually as physical access controls. Even in universities, you can see in Mount Kenya University, in Strathmore, in KU, there are biometrics. You should embrace it and also learn to bypass it. Please learn to bypass it. The fifth and final cybersecurity trend is cloud-based solutions and services. Well, I know you are saying, well, we've had that for a decade now. You see, cloud-based solutions are not becoming mainstream. A lot of the tools you use are no longer standalone tools. They are actually connected to some cloud services. A perfect example of cloud services getting into cybersecurity is on your Windows machine, you're probably using Windows Defender. Windows Defender has a process. If you were to open taskbar, you might be able to see, you should see it's at the top. It hogs a lot of RAM. It's called anti-malware service, protecting your computer from malicious entities proactively in real time. But the only reason it's able to do that is because it's connected to an online cloud service. Now we are moving towards ransomware as a service, DDoS as a service, and the only reason we're able to do this is because of cloud-based technology. A perfect example is Revol. Revol is a ransomware as a service. What they do is they make ransomware and they rent it out to other threat actors to use it to ransom targets. So cloud-based solutions and services are actually something you're going to have to accept. They are scalable, flexible, they are cost-effective, and now we are moving to a point where you will be paying to use a certain service for a period of time rather than owning or buying it like a piece of software you used to. So those are the cybersecurity trends to look forward to in 2023, the second half and maybe the beginning of 2024. And so you have to keep on top of these things and learn what's happening in the industry. If you liked this video, please subscribe. Help us grow by liking and subscribing. Hit like and subscribe. That's how you hack the YouTube algorithm. Reverse engineering, hacking content, podcast with some of the best hackers in Kenya and in the world. It's going to be huge. Thank you. You are awesome. See you next time and subscribe.